Hi, today I'm going to do a video sort of reviewing a lot of foundations for pale skin. Not all of the ones I have here are mine, so they don't actually match up perfectly with my skin, but I thought I'd show you anyway, so if you're different colouring from me you could maybe get an idea of some of what's out there for you. Also, I bought, the ones that are mine I bought at winter, and they matched perfectly then, but now I've put on a bit of colour during the summer, so they might not match up perfectly. But anyway, just to give you a sort of overview of the ones I have. I'm going to start off actually talking about some I don't have. Illamasqua, which is a brand I'm raving about at the moment. They start from white and go all the way to black. I'm so pleased, they have such a huge range of skin tones. I went there before, and the makeup artist offered to match my skin, and it turns out none of them are right on my own. I was a blend of 3, which are, when you go past white, they have one which is basically white but with a tiny bit of pink in it. I'm that mixed with the 2 next ones, which is a darker pink one and a darker yellow one. I need them all mixed together. Oddly, on their own, none of them worked. The pink and the yellow based ones were too dark, but somehow on my skin, all mixed together, it looked perfect. I don't have those yet because they cost £20 each, and while, you know, I would love them, I don't have £60 to spend on foundation at the moment. But if you've got pale skin, it's well worth a look at their site, or in America I think they're on Sephora, which might even give you better swatches. I'm not sure, but if you can possibly get to a counter, you'll be able to test them out, and there might be something there for you if you're pale. Anyway, the first thing I have, this is what I usually wear, especially during summer. This is a tinted moisturiser. It's Avon Personally Match Barely There Makeup in Light. It's SPF 15. I love this. It just looks like a white normal moisturiser, but you can't see it. There are tiny little spheres inside which sort of burst when you rub them on. And this, because it's a tinted moisturiser, obviously it's a very light coverage. But I don't know, it seems to make my face look a bit luminous. At the moment it's still wet, but it does tend to mattify, and it just evens out my skin tone. So if you want a good light moisturising thing, because I've tried tinted moisturisers before, like Benefit have U-Rebel, and then even U-Rebel Light. That's too dark for my skin. But this is great because it's about a year ago there was this huge boom of technology where they claimed it was a personal match, that the colours would somehow blend into your skin tone and intelligently match the colours. Now I tried all of the lighter shades of that and not one of them would work. They were all either too yellow or still too dark. But this, because it's a tinted moisturiser with that intelligence, somehow it just evens out my skin tone, but it's not too dark. It doesn't add any colour. Anyway, I love it. Going to the other side of the spectrum, this is a TV paint stick. Oh, sorry, anyway. The Avon isn't actually available anymore, it's been discontinued. I don't know why. You can still get all of their other Personal Match products, foundations, concealers, that sort of thing, but not the tinted moisturiser. But I've got it on eBay, and it's quite cheap, it's about a £5, so you might be able to still get it. And it comes in different colours too, it comes in medium and dark, and I think even a few others in between that I'm not aware of. So hopefully there'll be a colour there for you. Anyway, going to the other end of the spectrum, this is a very heavy product. It's a TV paint stick. This is by Kryolan, and it's in the shade 1W, and if you can see, it's a sort of very pale pinky skin tone. Now this is great, I'd say, for if you wanted a very thick application. I can't personally use it for me, it's too thick, it's quite greasy and heavy even, but if you needed a really thick foundation and you're pale, I would say this was great. I got this for being in a film me and my friends are making, so I'll put a bit here. So you can see that it's really thick, it's very opaque, and the colour is almost perfect for me actually. If only I could wear such, I could cope having such thick stuff on my face, it would work. Anyway, this, because it's Kryolan, it's theatrical makeup, it should be available in most theatrical makeup stores. I got this from Screenface in London. I think it cost less than a tenner, I'm not sure. The next, this isn't mine, I've borrowed this. This is Shiseido the Makeup Fluid Foundation in Very Light Ivory, or 100. And this is fabulously pale for a sort of regular retail brand, but it's too yellow for me, so I'll put a bit on here. So this, if you have a very pale skin but you're less pink than me, this might work. This is, it's in the middle. It's not very light, it's not very heavy. It'll even you out more than the tinted moisturiser, obviously, but it's not going to completely cover your skin like the paint stick. I can't really say that much about this because I don't use it. It's too yellow for me, but it feels quite nice going on. It's quite nice and soft. Anyway, the last but not least, this was a brand, Dainty Doll by Nicola Roberts. How cute is the packaging? It was made by Jelly Pong Pong, and Nicola Roberts from Girls Aloud sort of, I don't know what exactly she did, but she came up with the formula, which is it's specifically created for very pale skin. I have the concealer in Fair, which in fact at the moment is a bit too light for me. I'll just show you it under my eye. Don't know how well you can pick up on this because it's all very skin tone based. Let me rub it in. It's a really good foundation. It's not sticky. It's not greasy. It works while concealing. If you have like a spot or something, it won't completely cover it, but it will take away the redness and even it out, make it less noticeable. And I find it really good for under my eye, although it's a little bit too pale at the moment. This comes in Fair, which I have, and there's One Step Up Natural. I would say possibly best to get both and mix them in case, unless you were very, very pale, because that's my problem with the Fair, it's still a bit too light. I think if I had the natural and mix them together it would work really well. Next I have, the foundation comes in 3 colours. The one I don't have is called Porcelain and is a more yellow base. The one I have here is Ivory, which it's a matte souffle textured foundation. It feels really great. So I'm putting it on this side of my forehead. Don't know how well you can see this, but I hope okay. And it just evens out the skin tone, leaves you with a sort of nice powdery finish. I'm not applying these very well, but it gives you the idea. I'll put swatches on my hand, take a photo and put that on my blog so you can see a thick swatch, see the colours better. I also have this in white, which it's not like the Illamasqua brand or anything. It doesn't come out pure white. It comes out, I'll put it on my neck now. See, there it looks white, but if you blend it, it doesn't add any colour, but it just takes away a little bit of the redness I have in my skin. It just evens it out a little bit. Anyway, that's all I have. I'd love to hear about anyone else's experiences with pale foundations because I'm still looking for the perfect one. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you, bye.